Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Again, had big plans for the weekend that got kind of tossed. Ended up going and staying the night with my parents. Friday night I had an appointment, and so I was in town anyway. Figured I'd work from their house for the day. And then while doing my weights Thursday, I twinged something in that sore spot that's always on my back, and it got a little worse Friday night, and then just full-blown awful yesterday. It's just fully inflamed because I made the mistake of every time I get a pulled muscle like that, I think, oh, if I just stretch it out, it'll ease up. And no, what it does is it just pisses off all the extra muscles and tissue around it, and it all gets inflamed and angry. So like my whole right back and shoulder and neck and everything was aching pretty bad Friday night and yesterday. So I pretty much slept all day, rested. I didn't even want to color to risk inflaming it further. It's about 50% better today. I will probably do a little bit, but honestly I probably needed the rest. So here's a lesson to you. If you have fibro and you're working out, definitely make sure you listen to your body, because mine wasn't really feeling it Thursday. I was trying to rush it, rush the sets, and that was when it happened. If I had been just taking my time with it or just called it good because I was feeling particularly weak that day, I could have avoided that. So let that be a lesson, but it's all right. We're gonna give that time to heal, and then I will get right back to it doing something or if I need to do something different. Anyway, have flip throughs I at least figured we would do this weekend. Maybe we can get to my coloring book collection at some point one of these weekends, but I have a number of books to show you. The last two I'm kind of conflicted about, so I'll talk about a little closer to time as I get there. But let's go ahead and get started. My cat Reef Cheap is, well, he thinks he's assisting me. If you keep seeing a shadow here, that is Reef Cheap right here off the camera. Right there. Oh, there's some whiskers. He is being particularly obnoxious this morning. Oh, I've acknowledged him, so now. Okay, yes. Everybody has seen you now. Congratulations. Alright, so I showed you guys the newest release from Alexandra Franzese last week, Simple Halloween, and so this is her Simple Fall book that's been out for a while. I had been trying to curb how many books I've been buying, but y'all know how much I love fall, and I saw her coloring in this one day and I couldn't resist, so picked this one up as well. Man, people are being really loud and obnoxious with their vehicles today. And I guess Reef Cheap is going to assist us. It almost looks like a cactus, like you could color it a little different, and then I think the green and orange and browns and stuff would be pretty, just as a different color scheme on it. Yes? Can they hear you? ASMR kitty rumbling? No, he's shy, apparently. Not shy with me. No. I am actually almost done with the color by number portion of her color by number book, Summer Vibes, and I have one more picture that I'm going to try to do today. Sir. And then I'm a lot of people would consider that done, but I would like to do the pictures without the numbers in them too, just to show the difference between the two. I think that would be fun. But I do want to start in one of these books soon. It was starting to feel like fall. Hey, look, it's you. It's you. See? He's not. He's looking at me. He don't care what I'm doing unless it is related to him. I tell you what, he is 13. He does have some arthritis issues. He's got some issues with like drainage in his ear. He gets chronic respiratory infections. But I tell you, after this last round of antibiotics for his that weird abscess that kept coming up under his chin, he has really been acting like a kitten. It is something to see. Between that and his Silencia shots, if your cat has arthritis, it is pricey. I'm not gonna lie, and a lot, it may be out of your price range, but I'm hoping the more it gets used, maybe the price will come down on it. But it's really been, if you're in a situation where you're considering it for your arthritic cat, definitely try it. It's not going to hurt. And I've noticed, I've had 3 cats on it so far, and Reap Sheep, Bagheera, and Scamper was on it. And when I tell you, it just made a world of difference for all 3 of them. Now, some older cats don't need it. Like Winry, she does have arthritis some. I mean, she is 19, but like I've talked to I really like this one. It might be the first one I do. Just do them out of order. When I asked the vet about it, she said the type of arthritis she has, she wouldn't really benefit from it. So it's not necessarily all older cats need it. Some of them will just have, regular arthritis as they age. But if they have special cases where Reap Sheep had an unusual amount of arthritis at a young age, I don't know if it's genetics. He was pretty wild in his younger days, but not any more or less than the others, so I'm not sure why he has extra arthritis. But like I said, that stuff can be genetics related. So bonus page from Simple Halloween, which I showed you last week, if I can remember, at the 7:30 mark it'd be like 7:40 with the intro, to put a link to my flip throughs last week. Simple Halloween, her newest one, is on that one. So, love it. We had some real fall weather this past week. Like, it really felt like, oh, thank goodness, August has been so much nicer than July and June were. But this next week, we're getting right back into some of the hottest temps we've seen probably in 4 to 6 weeks. So, it's going to be at least one more big push for 100-degree humid temps. Before hopefully we have a big cool down over Labor Day weekend. So surprisingly, I didn't have Wild Summer, and here I am getting it at the end of summer, but that's okay. I have been trying to hold off on buying Mythographic books, but I have seen so many people coloring in this one, and I've seen so many pictures that I just decided to go ahead and get it. This is from Joseph Catimbang, and I'm sure you've seen this. Plenty of people have done flip throughs. I've got to start coloring in these books. Even if I just do marker or something simple and just pick one page to kind of break the seal on them, so to speak. I think I just look at them and I get overwhelmed, and I just need to take a picture and look at it and just piece by piece, break it apart into pieces. And that is adorable. Stinking adorable. Break it apart piece by piece. And it will probably become much more doable. I really hope this paper is okay for markers. I've seen other people using markers in this and not really having any issues. I know sometimes certain paper, like Lulu Mayo books, can be weird with alcohol or water-based markers, so I'm hoping this is not the case. I know, I don't know what I've been thinking, why I haven't done, I don't think, I have all these mythographic books. I don't think I've done a single picture in them. Tammy and I are trying to think of our next project, and we have an idea. It may not be a book per se, but just a collection of books, and we kind of draw the next book, and then I guess the other person gets to pick the page or something, which would be a good way to like pick a bunch of books we don't have colored. Would probably be a good way to do that. But yeah, I spent most of the last week outside on the porch in the mornings and afternoons. But I don't think that's going to happen this week, so might be getting more videos recorded this week. Definitely going to take it easy today because, like I said, my shoulder is still not 100%, and the one thing I've learned is when it gets that inflamed, anytime I have a flare-up, especially in my shoulder where it carries down, oh, I love that one. That might be a good one for a lot of people are revving up for space timber, which I think is a great color tag idea. I'm surprised we haven't, or maybe I'm sure somebody's already done that, but like I didn't even think why we haven't done that more often, but like this would be a good one to complete next month. But what was I gonna say? No, when I get a flare up, like a tendonitis, a muscle flare up like this, I absolutely just have to rest it. There is, if I try to stretch it, if I try to loosen it up, like you would think something that feels tight like that, like you would think it, you automatically feel like you need to loosen it up through stretching or um, exercising or whatever to kind of loosen those tight muscles. It might feel good for a brief moment, but when I tell you, I don't know if it's the fibro, I don't know if it's whatever else is going on in my body, but when I try to do that, it makes it 3 times worse, and it makes it to the point where I can hardly move it. And that's what happened this time. And I don't know why I keep forgetting it, but absolutely not going to go crazy today. I needed a rest weekend anyway. Tracking calories and walking and swimming so much, and you know, a lot of different stress going on at work and with family and stuff. It's been a real hectic kind of 4 to 6 weeks, and I was going into this weekend thinking that I needed to rest anyway, and I think that was kind of a sign. My body was like, hey, yeah, you do. So that one's cute too. This is really cute. I am surprised I hesitated. Oh, I've already been seeing like the new release books coming out at the end of this year and the beginning of next. Y'all, like, come on. Ugh. And of course, when pigs fly, love that. Anytime I see a pig floating with balloons, with wings, whatever, I think of when pigs fly. But no, that's beautiful. I hate that I hadn't even gotten it up until now. This is kind of a new release. I've been holding on to it for a while because everything else has been going on. This was supposed to release earlier in July, but there was a delay, I guess, in getting it printed. This is part of the Color Me series, which I love. And of course, when I found out they were coming out with a Color Me Halloween, I went ahead and pre-ordered it. I was so excited. So it's taken a while to show this one. Oh, and it got a little bent and smudged there on the beginning pages. That sucks. Not a huge deal. I think it doesn't affect the pages to color, so I feel like the Color Me books have been getting better and better with each new book they've been putting out. I feel like maybe they're taking suggestions, they're looking at what people are interested in and doing, and they're making changes accordingly. That Color Me Capybaras is excellent. And so I was anticipating this one would be really good too. I think their first ones, like Color Me Easter and Color Me Cats or Color Me Kitties or whichever it is, they were a little busy and kind of hard to get in there with marker. Like, I was thinking I'm probably going to have to use gel pen for a lot of those and like smaller markers just because there were a lot of tight spaces. But I noticed in the last 2 or 3 books they have loosened that up a bit, made them not quite as detailed, and I like that. Some really good costumes. I do like this one. This is probably going to be more towards my favorites of the books, but I still don't think I like it as much as the Capybaras one. But I really love, of course, the ones the ones with the cats. Yep. And these I don't. I mean, at some point I would like to try watercolor and a couple other mixed mediums in them, but for the most part, like, these I see as like marker and gel pen type coloring. I do like this one. The ones with the animals are real cute. I like that one. Just try and take a drink of coffee. I think I also went without caffeine for like 36 hours, and I kind of woke up with a whopping, I'm guessing, caffeine headache earlier this morning. And a few pattern pages. You know, I am perfectly happy with having like a few pattern pages in a book. It's just as long as you don't make them feel like filler. Like, you've got, let's say, a handful, maybe 3 to 5 in a book of 50 or 60, but when it's like over half the pages are, oh, there you go, Tammy. There's your one, the one Sleepy Hollow picture that every Halloween book has. I keep saying they need a whole coloring book of Sleepy Hollow for her. If I can ever find that. It's her favorite, one of her favorite things. Love the owls. So yeah, I like this quite a bit. we'll definitely do a picture or two in here, hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months. So here's the thing, when it comes to Halloween and fall, you will see me color in this. I'm surprised I hadn't actually already started, from September to probably November. I might finally get burnt out on it at the end of November, but you will see Halloween pictures from me for 2 or 3 months at least, because it's my favorite holiday, it's my favorite time of year, so you'll see a bunch of fall pages. So just be prepared is all I got to say. All right, so this one is actually some digital downloads I found. So with the Coloring Heaven issues, they have a Coloring Heaven Pocket edition. I hadn't gotten any of those yet. I usually I don't have a subscription. I just buy them as I like them. And they had one that came out from a group called Panda UK. And it's like mindful moments or something like that, and it's the cutest little animal pictures, but then it has sayings, like phrases on the paper, and I kind of balked at that because I'm not big on words in books like that, but the pictures are so cute. And I saw that Paper Panda post on their Facebook page that they have prints available on their website that you can order. And so I go look, and they have different prints, but the four I was most interested in were, of course, the animal ones. This one where the cat is hanging laundry and the mice are helping is my favorite by far. We have this little happy pig, which I love. This is a little thinner line art, but it is a little rabbit. And then, of course, we have another cat one that I saw on there that I had to snag. So I thought these were really cute, and I can't remember if they were like $1 or $2, something like that. I purchased them, and then they emailed me the downloads, and then I went ahead and printed them out on the nice cardstock I would use them for. So hopefully this will give me more incentive to actually color some digital downloads. However, they're so cute, I wanted to share them. And I actually have ordered that colorful Coloring Heaven pocket edition, and hopefully it will get here soon. But in the meantime, I really like these. I like the little circle cutouts and all that. I just think they're really pretty, but this one right here is probably my favorite by far. I like the other cat one, but it is like almost a little too I'm like the Goldilocks of line art. Like, this is really dark, this is really light, and this is like just right. So I'm kind of Goldilocks when it comes to line art. I still like it though, so did want to share those. And I'll put a link to their site, and I'll put a link to the Coloring Heaven edition that they have as well, which has very similar animals and art, and then has like little sayings with them. So that might be your thing, and I decided, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have one like that. So they're just so cute. And we all know I could use a little more optimism in my life, so there we go. Alright, so these next two I'm conflicted on, and I have thoughts, and I kind of hemmed and hawed as to whether or not I wanted to show them, but I will show them, and we're going to talk about them a little bit, and it's going to be coming as a larger part of a conversation, I think, a video that I've been thinking about on a long time. So I saw these. I saw some people had colored in these on Instagram. They are done by what's called Happy Dish Publishing. I went and looked. It looked like it's an actual artist behind the publishing company, and so I thought, you know, these are hand drawn, and that's really cool. So I went ahead and picked them up, and we'll start with Summerween. And I looked at some of the images that they were showing in the colored images, and they looked hand drawn to me. But see, now I'm not sure. So here's Summerween. And these are small, more square style books. There are some really cute images in them. Absolutely. But then I see images like this and how kind of sketchy that one tree looks and how the line art looks a little different and things like that, which to me is a sign of AI generated images. And so I don't know. And I'm frustrated about it. I'm tired of having to make guesses. Like, at this point, I think it's ridiculous because I've seen artists talk about how when they submit their work to Amazon for independent publishing to be Amazon printed, that they are asked whether or not they used AI generated images, and they have to answer honestly, and like if they get caught using AI when they're not supposed to, like their stuff gets suspended and stuff like that. So Amazon has this data, as long as the groups are honest. Why? Why can they not put on the pages that these are being sold whether they're AI generated images or not? I do not understand. Is it because they think they're going to lose money because then people won't buy books and not realize that they're not AI? And AI images, at the end of the day, you like them, you hate them, whatever. I just want to know. I'm not sitting here saying it shouldn't have AI books. I'm not sitting here saying it should only be hand drawn and this and that. I'm just saying I want to know what it is before I buy it. And I don't think there's any, I think that's how it should be. And I can't understand if you require the artist to tell you why you can't tell the consumer. Ugh, I don't like this one. But see this one's, some of them are cute, some of them are a little weird. And I'm tired of trying to do my due diligence to find out without it, when it could easily be communicated to me. Like I said, some of these images are cute. I am still on the fence whether or not I'm going to keep this book. But I was just really mad when I got these and I figured out, and I'm saying allegedly because I don't know. I don't know for sure because nobody will admit to it. If you're so keen on creating coloring books through AI and you think they'll sell well regardless, then why don't you tell people? Why don't you tell them? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't like it. Now I'm getting riled up. And some of these, these images don't go together either. Like, a lot of these don't seem to make sense. Why would you just have a pot of flowers in one image when the rest of them look like this? And again, it's not that I'm saying get rid of all AI art. There are people that like it. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying I think it's only fair to let people know what they're getting before they get it, before they decide whether or not they want to buy it. And I think I'm flipping through this more than anything to kind of just look at it closely and make a decision. And like I said, this time it looked like it was an actual artist behind this, and I thought these would probably be hand drawn, and there's it's really doubtful because some of these are shaded, some of them aren't, some of them use different line art thickness. Usually when you have a hand drawn art, you have consistent line thickness through the book. Not always, but sometimes. But so I'm pissed, and it sucks because these are, you know, really cute images, and so I've been conflicted on whether or not to keep these. But you know what? I think I'm going to send them back. I'm going to send them back, and I'm going to put a note. I'm going to just start leaving reviews on these, and I'm going to start communicating more to Amazon. And I feel like that's something, if it is something you care about, that's something we should all be doing, is communicating like, hey, let us know. And see, these are cute. Like when I was looking at the, and of course the images they show you a lot of times as sample pages look consistent. They look hand drawn. They don't show you the pages that definitely look more AI generated. And like I said, it's a shame. This is a really cute concept. Now I've seen some people color cute pictures out of this. But look at the difference in that. Like, that is very odd. I would rather a company just be straight up and like, hey, we use AI generated images, and then if I still want to buy it, fine, you know. But now see, these look a little more consistent. There's a couple that are vastly different, but there's not random shading. Oh yeah, there is. And see, like I said, some of the images just look vastly different. I've been thinking a lot, and I'm not going to talk about it at length here, but that might be what I do in Wednesday's video, is I think I'm going to make some changes on future purchases from, unless I know they are hand-drawn artists, and this is counting publishing companies too. I have a lot of thoughts about it, and some recent conversations and events where I've heard from some artists that have been part of publishing companies that have not had a great experience that I didn't know about. So I've been sitting on some of this for a while anyway. This is just like this is the cherry on top of what I think is a compounded problem that's just going to keep getting worse and worse. It's a problem for me, though, let's be clear. My feelings on it are my opinion only. I know a lot of people that love to get these books, and they color great images in them, and I like those images, and I support them in coloring what they like. I mean, everybody likes different stuff, so I'm not sitting there saying, oh, you shouldn't do this or anything like that. I am not trying to judge anybody for that. Oh, that's creepy. I'm just saying, me personally, I just want to know, because I have thoughts on it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with telling us. And like I said, unless there's some financial incentive as to why you wouldn't tell us, I don't understand why they don't. They can. They very much can. They just won't. And I want to know why. Because I am over this. I'm overbuying books, trying to do my best at researching what they are, and then getting the books and getting, something I didn't expect. So I'm going to put some thoughts together, I think, on Wednesday's video. It'll just be a short video. I may actually be talking into the camera or whatever. But I just showed you these because, hey, maybe you do like this type of art. Maybe you're okay with this. And if you are, that's great. Then here's a couple books that I think if you like AI art and you like cute animals and Halloween costumes and you like Halloween type stuff, these are good books. But the fact that they look allegedly suspiciously AI, and I can't get clarification unless I individually email or message each of the artists, and whether or not they're truthful with me, who knows, right? Like, so I can't understand why, if Amazon's supposedly so customer obsessed, why they can't give us all the information we need to make the choices we want. So like I said, this is kind of just the final straw of a bigger issue I've been thinking on. So I think I'm going to send these back because the more I look through them, the madder I get about it. And it sucks. And I don't understand why we can't get more information, and it leads to lesser problems like this, because now I have to go to the trouble of sending these back and getting a refund, which is a pain because I do not live near a UPS store. I have to drive at least 30 to 45 minutes to get to one. So it is time out of my day. And had they just told me to begin with, I could have decided whether or not I wanted them, and I would have known what I was getting. So anyway, on that sour note, just put those over there. Very happy with all these. And what was I going to say? You'll probably see a few more books in the next week or two. I did order some from Lyrica, the like Disney type books, color by numbers. Been holding off for a good long while, but I finally did. And there's another artist I want to try that I know is a hand-drawn artist, and so I want to purchase her books to be supportive of hers. That a lot of publishing companies and artists are they're creating work inspired by her work, and I say inspired loosely, like the actual artists probably are actually just inspired by it and are creating their own unique art. But there's a fine line between being inspired and, I feel like, borrowing heavily. And so I want to support her in her books, since she was kind of the OG of the comfy cozy trend that's happening right now, which I believe her name is Bobby Brown. It's Bobby something. And so I'm going to purchase one of her books. Like I said, you'll hear me talk about all this probably on Wednesday. And again, just stressing, I absolutely have no issue with anybody else that wants to buy AI books or trending books or books from publishing companies or anything like that. If you like what you like, and this is a community, it's supposed to be for everybody and welcoming to everybody of all shapes and sizes. And if that's what you like, that's great. I will still like your pictures and comment on your pictures on Instagram. I will still watch your completed pages. I will still watch your videos. But for me personally, I have issues with it, and I just want us all to have information so we can make a decision, the best decision we can with the information we have. If we have an issue with something, I want to know right off the bat whether or not it's, something like that or not, so then I don't waste my time. So I don't feel like that's an unfair ask at all. So but anyway, all right, well, I guess because my back's been hurting this week and I've been particularly kind of grumpy. I've tried to make this as little grumpy as I can, but it's just irritating. And it's not even, I'm not even necessarily irritated with the companies that are doing it, like, you know, get that bag and all that, except that I feel like they should make it known how they're getting their images. Like back in the day, it used to be stock photography was a big thing for coloring books. And so like eventually you had to make it clear you were using stock photography. And so again, I bought some stock photography books. I didn't mind that, but I wanted to know so I wouldn't be surprised by it. So like it's not a new thing. It's just I feel like if you're going to do that, be upfront and clear with people. And so I am kind of ticked about that. And then overall I'm ticked at, you know, because the biggest problem pain point is publishing through Amazon. And so if Amazon already has that information, why are they not sharing it with us? And that is, I got to think of ways to communicate that is a problem, and they need to do something about that. But anyway, okay, enough of that. Like I said, you'll probably get it all again on Wednesday. So you got the short end of it here, if you don't want to listen to me rant on Wednesday. So, alright guys, I hope you're having a good weekend, staying cool, staying warm, I guess basically wherever you're at, and I'll probably be back Wednesday with that video. Next weekend we're going to try to do coloring book collection, or if I get my new books in, or I also need to do my next color pencil collection because I think Tammy just posted the Artisto set this morning. I need to go put that on the community page, and then I need to do my video as well. So also next weekend's the end of the month, so it's a 3-day weekend too, so who knows what's coming. There'll be a video, we know that. Alright, talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.